The usual stars and the Paramount logo are replaced with rings, which are Sonic's trademark collectible from the games, accompanied with a sound effect. A much slower and orchestrated rendition of the classic Green Hill Zone theme plays here too. Many different SEGA games are represented in the movie's opening logos. When it comes to Sonic, we have Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Generations, and Sonic Lost World. We can also see a lot of other SEGA games in this opening title too. I can't point out all of them, but the ones that I was able to notice are Daytona USA, Valkyria Chronicles, Jet Set Radio, Nights into Dreams, Samba de Amigo, Golden Axe, Shenmue, Puyo Puyo Tetris, Base Channel 5, Yakuza, Skies of Arcadia, Shinobi, Persona 5, Alex Kidd, Virtua Fighter, Panzer's Dragoon, Altered Beast, the Sega Saturn and Dreamcast logos. I also saw that the second half of Angel Island 1 from Sonic 3, as well as the Blue Sphere stage from the same game also appear here too. The classic SEGA reappears here as yet another fully orchestrated rendition. Sonic's animation here is a nice reference to his drift maneuver from Sonic Unleashed and Sonic Colors. This street sign reads Mega Drive, which is the name of the Sega Genesis in most countries outside the United States. Although not named in this movie, Sonic's home island is very clearly meant to be Green Hill Zone, which is the most recurring and iconic location from the entire Sonic franchise. In the classic games, whenever you run over a shallow landmass, the floor underneath you will collapse, which is exactly what happens in this shot when Sonic runs over the bridge, which then proceeds to collapse underneath his feet. This clip is very reminiscent of the ending to Green Hill Zone Act 2 from Sonic Generations, where the final stretch of the level is just one long boost to the goal. Also, a couple of stones from the Labyrinth Zone level in Sonic 1 also make an appearance here. Something worth note is that the music in the scene is actually a shortened version of the song Friends by Hyper Potions, which is the main theme for Sonic Mania. In an alternate version of this movie's opening, one of the artifacts inside Longclaw's hut is surprisingly Excalibur from the game Sonic and the Black Knight. The tribe that attacks Sonic and Longclaw at the beginning of the movie are the Echidna Clan. In canon, the Echidna Clan existed hundreds of years before the start of the series, where their leader Pachacamac wanted to expand the Echidna Clan by using the power of the Chaos Emeralds before they were all wiped out by Chaos, the gods of destruction. Speaking of Pachacamac, the movie's director, Jeff Fowler, confirmed that this Echidna that shoots down Longclaw is actually supposed to be him, which you can see through the shape of his mask and the 3 painted stripes on his head. The concept of rings working as teleporters actually is almost identical to how they function in the Sonic Archie comics, where they work the exact same way, by thinking about where you want to go and then throwing the ring, which will create a portal to take you there. Another reference to Green Hill Zone is the town of Green Hills, Montana, where part of the movie takes place. Though it could also be a reference to the level Green Hills from the Game Gear version of Sonic 1, but this one seems less likely. Maybe a bit of a stretch, but I like to think that Sonic saving a turtle in this scene is a nice callback to the games, where he has an affinity for woodland creatures and how the objective is to save them from Dr. Robotnik after he turns them into robots. Sonic strikes this pose while he's dancing, which as far as I'm aware is a reference to this video by Superflight, which features Sonic dancing to the song I'm Blue by Eiffel 65, where he strikes the exact same pose. Sonic has a sign in his cave that reads Roadrunner, a nice callback to the Looney Tunes character of the same name, who's also blue and is also known for running really fast. Also, both characters seem to like running on roads a lot, as you can tell. This one's a really big stretch, but Sonic playing an inflatable guitar in the scene might be a very subtle reference to Sonic Underground, where Sonic and his 2 siblings, Manic and Sonia, used instruments that were embedded in amulets around their necks to fight Dr. Robotnik's evil forces, and Sonic's signature instrument in that show was an electric guitar. Again, maybe a bit of a stretch, but Sonic running in a clothes dryer could be a fun little callback to this popular Sonic Says segment, where he warns children about the dangers of climbing into clothes dryers. The emblem on Sonic's bandana here resembles the emblems from the title screens of the classic games, as well as the collectible emblems from Sonic Heroes. Sonic plays a game of table tennis on top of a road sign that reads Hilltop Road, a callback to the zone from Sonic 2, Hilltop Zone. Sonic's map to other worlds contains a lot of references, so to go through them all quickly, the island in the center is a recreation of the island map screen from the 8-bit versions of Sonic 1. The mushroom planet that Sonic talks about throughout the movie could be a reference to Mushroom Hill Zone from Sonic & Knuckles. The planet on the top resembles the logo for the Sega Saturn. The sun on the top right is an obscure reference to this piece of Sonic 1 concept art that shows that Loop-de-Loops were going to have suns mounted on them originally. The planet on the right, which is yet another reference to the Sonic 3 checkerboard special stages. And on the bottom right we have the most interesting one, which foreshadows the appearance of Chaos Emeralds or the Master Emerald. Crazy Carl's drawing is a direct nod to Sanic, which is a internet meme based on a poorly drawn Sonic the Hedgehog.
He calls me the Blue Devil.
Another likely stretch, but Blue Devil is also the name of the car that Metal Sonic drives in the game Sonic Drift 2 for the SEGA Game Gear. This one's a bit hard to see on smaller screens, but when Tom and Maddie are surfing on Zillow, if you look at the name of the previous apartment owner, it's listed as Amy Rose, a very prominent character across the Sonic the Hedgehog series, and is usually Sonic's self-proclaimed girlfriend / love interest. While Sonic is watching the kids play baseball, trust me, that's not as creepy as it sounds, the opposing team is actually called Spring Valley, which is a direct reference to another SEGA game, Nights into Dreams, where one of the levels in that game is called Spring Valley. Probably another really big stretch, but I feel like the scene where Sonic plays baseball could maybe be a slight nod to the Sonic X episode Unfair Ball. In that episode, Sonic and his friends have to play a game of baseball against Dr. Eggman in order to win a Chaos Emerald from him. Yes, that was actually a real thing, look it up. The sunflower decoration in the Green Hills Police Department highly resembles the sunflowers found in Green Hill Zone from the games, and also the ones found on Sonic's homeworld. This guy in the boardroom meeting at the Pentagon is Gary Chalk, who has actually done some voice work for the Sonic franchises before. Notably, he was the voice of Grounder in The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and even voiced Robotnik himself in Sonic Underground. If you listen very closely to Dr. Robotnik's theme from this movie, it actually does borrow some notes from the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog version of his theme. Another gigantic stretch on this one, but one of the activities that Sonic has on his bucket list is find a genie in a lamp. This could be a very slight nod to Sonic and the Secret Rings with that game's whole Arabian Night thing, but again, this does seem like a big stretch. Another activity on Sonic's bucket list is to sing the national anthem, which most likely is referencing this old for kids commercial where Sonic, Knuckles, and various other characters from kids shows that were airing on the station for kids at the time singing the American national anthem. Another activity written on his bucket list is to sail the high seas, which could be a reference to Sonic Rush Adventure, where a big part of that game's theme was the ocean and sailing on it in jet skis or big battleships to get between level to level. Most forms of Sonic media show that his favorite food is chili dogs, and he can be seen trying them for the very first time in this scene in the movie.
I think it's called a chili dog?
In the motel room scene, Sonic teeters over the edge of a light with the same balancing animation from the classic games. Sonic calls himself the Blue Blur.
But there was no stopping Donut Lord and the Blue Blur.
One of the music playlists that Dr. Robotnik has is for Crush 40, a band who is most well known for producing many bits of rock music for the Sonic games. Robotnik must have good taste in music, doesn't he? Dr. Robotnik has a switch in his fuse box labeled Badniks. In the games, Badniks are the names of his robotic henchmen, and Sonic's goal is to free the animals trapped inside them. Sonic says, a callback to the main theme of the 2003 animated series Sonic X. Probably obvious to many, but the prototype in this movie is this universe's version of the Eggmobile, which is Dr. Robotnik / Eggman's main form of transportation in most Sonic media, but with a much more sleeker and modern design. Throughout the movie, Sonic calls Robotnik Eggman, a direct reference for Sonic games where the characters call him Dr. Eggman as a nickname since his body is shaped like an egg, though in the movie it's been recontextualized to mean his egg-shaped robots as opposed to his physique. Sonic tapping his foot is a very iconic animation associated with the character. This normally happens whenever the player is dormant, and Sonic will tap his foot impatiently while waiting for the player to make some sort of input. When Sonic uses one of his quills to catch a falling ring, it makes the same sound effect that it does in the games. Perhaps another stretch, but the way Sonic drops his rings in this scene and then picks them all up right back after could be a nice little callback to how they're used in the games. In the games, rings typically serve as a hit point system, and as long as you're at least carrying one, you won't die from taking enemy damage. And you can pick up all the ones that you've dropped if you're quick enough. During the chase through San Francisco, Sonic strikes this pose, which is a direct homage to his character artwork from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Sonic and Robotnik's chase throughout various different locations around the world do seem to harken back to locations from around the Sonic series. San Francisco could reference City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic running on the Great Wall of China is definitely a reference to Chunnan from Sonic Unleashed, where a part of that level involves Sonic running on his universe's version of the Great Wall of China, and Sonic running through Egypt, which could be a nod to Sandopolis from Sonic 3 or one of the various desert-themed levels from Sonic Adventure 2. Another big stretch, but this move that Sonic does to blind Robotnik does kinda remind me a little bit of this move he can do from Sonic Heroes, where speed characters can spin around in a gust of wind to temporarily immobilize enemies or swing on poles. The method in which Sonic fights Dr. Robotnik in the scene is actually very close to how you fight him in the games. Typically, the way you defeat him is by jumping multiple times into his ship by using Sonic's spiky body to damage it, and the same method of fighting him in the games is applied in this movie, but obviously just on a higher scale. Another slow rendition of the Green Hill Zone theme is played near the end of the movie, only this time with piano.
You got it up there?
Yes, Mr.
Need any more?
Manager. You get that boy.
This version of the theme was actually composed by American musician Jon Batiste, who most people probably recognize as the band leader on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Sonic's new home at the end of the movie has a Sega Genesis/Mega Drive in it, a nice little homage to the console that Sonic first debuted on. This hat that Sonic owns might be a reference to the hat that Knuckles wore in the 1996 Sonic OVA movie, where throughout most of the movie he wore an adventure hat for some reason. Even though the hat is a different shape and color, it does have a star on it, plus the hat is red and Knuckles is red, so maybe? I don't know, what do you think? Another huge stretch, but Sonic's race car bet at the end of the movie does kinda sorta resemble his red race car from Sonic Drift, mostly due to the red and white color scheme associated with it, much like Sonic's shoes, but this most likely isn't supposed to be the intention. After being trapped on the Mushroom Planet for several months at the end of the movie, Dr. Robotnik begins to resemble his video game counterpart much more closely, with the bald head, overgrown and unkempt mustache, the red suit, and his goggles. And now he just needs the potbelly. The movie's 16-bit end credit scene features many visual homages to the Sonic the Hedgehog games. The trees in the background appear to be based on the ones from Hilltop Zone. The font being used is the exact same one for Sonic Mania. The half-pipe special stages from Sonic 2, Spikes, Wrecking Ball, Blue Sphere Again, Marble Zone, Spring Yard Zone, and the Eggman logo. Tails shows up in the post-credit scene, voiced by his original game voice actor Colleen O'Shaughnessy, in order to tease the upcoming sequel, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which will release in theaters on April 8th, 2022. Well guys, those were all the Easter eggs and references I was able to find for the Sonic the Hedgehog franchise in this movie. I know that there were other references to franchises like Star Wars, Men in Black, and The Fast and the Furious, but I was mostly just aiming to cover Sonic related Easter eggs in this video, since this is the Sonic the Hedgehog movie. There are definitely some that I missed. Like I said earlier, I definitely couldn't name all the SEGA games at the beginning, but hey, I'm just one guy. But thank you all so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you all in my next video.